Let's play a little game. Imagine you're standing on an empty plot of land, but you're not just seeing dirt and grass. In your mind, you're seeing this bustling complex, right? Apartments, offices, shops, the whole shebang. Now here's the catch. You are about to bet millions, and I mean millions of dollars that this is the perfect spot. The stakes, they really couldn't be any higher. One wrong move, one tiny miscalculation, and it could all come crashing down.
Well, for one major real estate firm, this scenario wasn't just some thought experiment. It was their reality. They were in the business of building these huge, complex, mixed-use properties. And you know what? Finding the right location was becoming a massive headache. Seriously, it was like trying to solve a giant jigsaw puzzle, but with half the pieces just gone. So let's take a look at how they used to handle this high-stakes balancing act. What was their old playbook? And more importantly, why was it failing them so badly in today's market?
Well, to put it bluntly, their process was kind of stuck in the dark ages. They were relying on really traditional demographic data, basic census stuff like age and income. But here's the kicker. They were completely flying blind when it came to their competitors. This meant that these huge, multi-million-dollar decisions were often just coming down to a hunch, a gut feeling. And as you can imagine, in the world of real estate, a bad hunch is a very expensive mistake.
And this is where the real pain was. Get this, just to evaluate one single potential market, it was taking them anywhere from 3 to 6 months. I mean, think about that. For half a year, they're just crunching numbers. And in that same time, their competitors could already be breaking ground on a new project. They were just hemorrhaging time, money, and opportunity, all because their process was just painfully slow.
So yeah, it was pretty clear something had to change, and fast. What they needed was a way to see the entire picture all at once. Not just the demographics, but what the competition was doing, the specific characteristics of the site itself, the whole 9 yards. They needed one unified platform, a single source of truth that could pull all this messy data together and actually make sense of it.
And this is where the story takes a really interesting turn. Enter a company called Innovatics and their platform Spotfinder. And listen, what they brought to the table wasn't just some small tweak or a minor improvement. Oh no, it was a complete revolution for how this firm did business.
So what exactly is Spotfinder? Well, at its heart, it's an advanced location intelligence platform. They gave the firm this amazing, customized, interactive dashboard. But the real magic, the secret sauce, was its power to analyze 14, that's 4 critical parameters. And we're not just talking about the basics like population density. No, this went way deeper, looking at local economic trends, the quality of infrastructure, and even the risk of the market getting too crowded. And this is where you see the massive technological leap. You have to picture it. Instead of an army of analysts spending weeks, even months, manually digging through different sources, Spotfinder automated the whole thing. It was like a superpowered data vacuum, just sucking in information from census reports, economic databases, real estate listings, you name it, and feeding it all into one incredibly powerful engine.
And that 14-parameter analysis, that really was the whole ballgame. It wasn't just about looking at what's happening right now. It was about predicting what's going to happen next. It had this competitive intelligence engine that was basically like having a spy on the inside, tracking what competitors were doing in real time. It could size up the economic health of an area right down to the quality of its roads. And it even used machine learning to start forecasting future market trends. How cool is that?
Now, you might think all this complex data would be overwhelming, right? But that's the beauty of it. It was all presented in this super simple visual way on a Power BI dashboard. It was literally like giving them X-ray vision for the real estate market. They could instantly see these heat maps showing where competition was red hot and, more importantly, find those hidden gems, those little pockets of opportunity just waiting for them. Okay, so that all sounds great in theory. But what was the actual real-world impact of all this new tech? Well, let me tell you, calling it a game changer might actually be an understatement. I mean, the firm itself said it best. The results were, and I quote, transformative. The impact on their speed, their efficiency, and just their overall confidence was immediate and, well, profound.
Okay, remember that painful 3 to 6 month process we talked about for just one site? Well, Spotfinder cut that time by a staggering 80%. 80! What used to be this long, drawn-out marathon of analysis suddenly became a sprint. We're talking 2 to 3 weeks. That is a massive leap forward in how quickly they could move.
This before and after really tells the whole story, doesn't it? They went from a world of slow, manual research and just hoping for the best with these subjective hunches to a world of fast, automated analysis and real, data-driven confidence. And this wasn't just about saving time. It hit their bottom line, big time. Think about it. No more wasting money on expensive trips to check out sites that the data could have told them from day one were a total non-starter.
And all that speed and data meant they could finally start to outmaneuver their competition. The platform's predictive analytics was basically their crystal wall. It showed them the perfect moment to jump into a new market, giving them this crucial first-mover advantage. They were snatching up the best opportunities before their rivals even knew what was happening.
And you know what's really wild? How fast this all happened. To go from total data chaos to this slick, streamlined, data-driven process, the whole thing was implemented in just 8 to 10 weeks. Let that sink in. That's less time than it used to take them to evaluate a single market.
And of course, that speed translated directly into savings. Because they were making better decisions and making them faster, the platform paid for itself in just 6 to 12 months. Talk about a fast return on investment. This thing started delivering value almost right out of the box. So when you step back and look at it, this whole story is really a glimpse into the future of real estate. It's a future where data isn't just another tool in the toolbox. It is the decisive competitive advantage.
Ultimately, what this is all about is the power of data. It's about how Innovatics, with the right technology, could take a process that was full of guesswork and gut feelings and just completely transform it into one based on cold, hard evidence and, well, data-driven certainty.
And that kind of leaves us with a big question to think about, right? In this age of big data and insanely powerful analytics, is there really any room left for pure guesswork when the stakes are this high? What kind of opportunities are other companies missing out on simply because they haven't embraced this power yet? Look, the shift towards data-driven decision-making is reshaping entire industries, not just real estate, but everything from finance to retail. If this kind of transformation sounds like something you're interested in, you can learn more at the website on your screen. It's a fascinating, rapidly evolving field and one we'll be keeping a close eye on. Thanks for watching.